for game number 2.
Honestly, taking a look at the composition that we have here for both of the teams, with RSG taking the lead of the series 1-0, is that there's not a lot of damage coming in from the early side of RSG, whereas BREN Esports has a tremendous amount of it. So it's still somewhat the same type of composition that we've seen from like the previous game, wherein Aqua gets the pick up of the Lilia just to be able to give the pressure too.
Interesting.
Wow.
Check out the emblems from both junglers.
Wow.
Ooh.
Killing.
And the high and dry too.
Yep. They're tired of the jungle emblems. They decide to go with the 2 assassin emblems across the board. So they want to fight things out here. They want to duke things out. And this is going to be interesting to see how that goes through this early stages of the game.
You see that the Masha decided to go for the purple buff. And this is a very small thing, but very impactful thing to do. If you're a roamer, you can attack for the first few seconds. If you know that your opponent is a Natalia or maybe a Masha that will invade, attack the purple buff. It's like you're making a sound cue to your opponents, because Ogwen, as the Masha, will have to look for where you started.
Yeah.
So he will listen to the jungle, to the bushes, and he will hear you take the purple. That's why he went first to the purple, mistakenly knowing that it should have been the Balmond starting in the purple, but instead, you can see Demon Kite peacefully got his all of the jungles that he needed in the early stage of the game.
Yeah, good manner of rotation indeed coming in from RSG. They've managed to stay put and actually do it silently in this matchup. BREN Esports still trying to find a way to hopefully take things up for good and get the early game succession that they would want, most especially because the turtle is already up. And right over here is the knockoff coming in as Light taken down, and that's gonna be the first blood man. Pandora, all part of the plan, being there onto the turtle side.
Did you see the lineup there? And right now, Nat's still going at it.
Nat's still going at it. Lethal Counter is going to be committed at the same time as the Cyclone Sweep. And that is going to be the demonic force being used here. Demon Kite and Nats against everybody coming in from BREN Esports. Will he be able to do it? And apparently not. Demon Kite going to be able to run away, but instead he goes back, continues to try and fix the fight, but that is not going to be for long, because it is BREN Esports making sure that the double kill will go to their side, but the event is not yet over, because lights out for you, my boy.
Great aggressiveness coming up from BREN Esports, however. Now, if you're looking at their heroes, I mean, I told you about the fact that they kind of stopped Ogwen from disturbing the jungle, but we did not see them actually take over the jungle. Kyle TZ is almost level 5 before that fight happened, and Demon Kite was barely level 4. Had to wait for his ultimate to be up, and now he is a level ahead. Actually, 2 levels ahead of Demon Kite.
2 levels ahead of Demon Kite, indeed, and it's Aqua here lending out the help as Pandora stepping on to the time bombs here, coming from the rest of the members, and Aqua being able to run away from that position, and it's Kyle TZ and the rest of the members of BREN Esports now here in position to be able to take that turtle, and they will peacefully do so, and that is going to be another major objective for the side of BREN. RSG not being able to take the same way again.
Well, right now, objectively, BREN Esports is doing a heck of a lot better than game number 1.
100%.
And look at the pace that they set. I mean, this is exactly what they wanted to do, obviously, with the lineup they have here. Even Ogwen, I mean, his value here on this Masha is much stronger than the previous game on the Diggy, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing RSG Philippines trying to work from that deficit they have. I know it's only a 1K gold lead for BREN Esports, but just in terms of fighting power and decision-making, it's definitely showing here for BREN Esports.
Yep. And somewhat they are slowly figuring things out, but an Enchanted Talisman though, already secured by the Lilia, and only just 4 minutes of the game, it already shows the early game prowess that RSG is continuously posing.
Well, if you will have his own Genius one, it's gonna be very painful, especially with the Impure Rage that he is donning right now. So much spam that you can get out of this. Already had to pop his sprint.
Popping off the sprint here, but popping it off at the same time for the side of BREN, because they managed to get another kill for their side. As Super Marco will go back to the respective side of his, but Nats here got a little bit of Barakas, and that Cyclone Sweep won't be able to do anything but to just make Demon Kite escape. As BREN Esports, this is the confident guys that we've been continuously mentioning from a while ago, flipping the switch for themselves. Ogwen running away, Kusei to save the day, and that's going to be the end of that fight. It's BREN Esports taking a larger market.
Oh. wonderful start coming out from BREN Esports as they have found an opening in the bottom lane. 0-2 start for the Balmond. This is everything that they are wishing for. And on the flip side, you have 3-0-2 for your mid laner and 2-0-4 for your Paquito. You're going to be having a good time. Just as I say that, though, they have found a kill onto the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, they get the kill there. RSG Philippines definitely needed that here, but with this next turtle coming up, they might actually just be able to take this one. They're going to trade it looks like, so far. Woo! Another kill from Few. Look at the burst coming out from Few's Julian here. Quite impressive.
Quite impressive indeed, man. Taking a look at the knockups here, and another objective quietly being taken out here by the side of BREN Esports. So that's more lead, 2.66 to be specific.
Yep. They traded the second turtle in favor of a turret up top as well as a kill. So they're going to be super happy about that, especially because they are working towards the lane of Super Marco, who is actually working on 2 lanes now. This is the classic, or it's not actually a classic, but a new meta that's rising for your marksman. Like, there's something go for Beatrix and Claude.
Yep.
The double lane strategy wherein you farm 2 lanes. And he's actually farming 3 lanes now.
I mean, you want to feed as much gold as possible into those gold laners, right? So grabs his turret at the bottom side, farming up very well, also running that Avarice here. And I mean, this is the thing, right? You want to keep this momentum going if you're BREN Esports, because we know that RSG Philippines has been able to work from deficits before, as now it looks like they're just trying to find setups. But this is the thing too. Kyle TZ just picking up a big Malefic Roar on this Paquito that's already literally packing a punch.
He's doing
right?
it again.
And here we go. The focus on the bottom side. How do they deal with all this damage into what is all the members of BREN Esports? When you have such a tanky, like we talked about in the draft, you have such a tanky lineup, you know, where is your damage? Kosei, it's not his time yet on the 1-1.
Yeah. But apparently, Kosei, in the same way, or Super Marco rather, talking about Kyle TZ, as of that moment, is going to be able to be taken out by the side of RSG, and this is where they usually start their fights, like before the third turtle actually managed to start spawning, and they managed to get another pick off for themselves. But as I was saying a while ago, Super Marco with the Avarice, he is stonks right now, Wolf. He's getting a lot of that, you know, he's getting a lot of that economy, and at the same time, BREN Esports is not really being feared because of what they want to do. But Nats here and Light just managed to see Ogwen, but they will, you know, square up later on.
Third turtle, very important for both teams, more importantly for RSG, as Light already has positioned themselves onto the back lines. There is an ultimate now available for Nats, so it is definitely go time.
It is go time indeed. The green signal has been given by the rest of the members of RSG. Black Shoes has been popped off in the early stages of the game, but Ogwen, though, he's going to be able to take that one out. RSG managed to take that for themselves. Pandora cut off 20% of his health. Demonic Force is also right there for them, but it is still the rest of the members of BREN Esports, man. It's Nats versus everybody, and it won't be able to stay alive. And there is no follow-up damage coming in from RSG. And that is indeed BREN Esports winning that fight, and they will be able to take 3 heroes for themselves, and BREN goes to the middle.
You see what I mean? Even with the setups from Light, that was such a nice one, but unfortunately there just isn't any follow-up damage just yet, as they're struggling in the damage department. But right now, still, BREN Esports able to find some more space around the map, holding on to about a 2K gold lead, and just things are falling into place for them currently.
Now, great fight coming out from BREN Esports, as Ogwen is gonna be worked upon by Demigite. They don't care about that. This is a roaming Masha, and a kill onto this stage of the game won't matter as much. In fact, BREN Esports, the way that they're fighting is so commendable, but their conversion into turrets afterwards, even more commendable. That's why they are maintaining their lead right now, and this is what they should be doing. RSG, they have to lure BREN Esports into a 5v5 once again before they are able to fight. If it is a skirmish, RSG will not win it.
Yeah, and this is why they're always being grouped up, because there's not a lot of damage coming in from RSG to be able to handle themselves in the early stages of the game. But together, they might be able to do something about it. We managed to see the setups coming in from Light a while ago. It is a possibility for them to dish out necessary damage coming in from the AoE skills of Kosei and Aqua at the same time. But apparently, it is still BREN Esports managing to get a lot of the objectives for them, and they now lead 10-6 in terms of kills and at least 2.5k with that gold. Stellar gameplay coming in from the Hive.
Okay, so we have Lord now spawning, right? And here's the thing. we're going to see them give this one a go on all across the board for both teams, as we see RSG Philippines already just gathering here, right? Waiting for their moment, because that's what they're going to rely on here. Ogwin is that front line for BREN Esports, as the Lord is going to be worked on here. Super Markio, I mean, the stacks, the damage that he has on the Claude this early on, it's 10.5 minutes into the game, is pretty strong already. But here's the thing, right? Once you get that Blazing Duet out, and I mean, even when you control what Few is going to pop and throw at you, you still have some tools in your favor for RSG Philippines. But can they actually contest the Lord? The best case scenario for them, even without having the jungle emblem, Demon Kite still has Retribution plus a lethal counter, but look at this.
They already managed to choose their target. It's going to be Pandora, though, but he will be able to stay alive. Demon Kite onto the other side of the road, as he might be going down at this point. Ogwin and Kyle Teasy will not be able to do anything about it, and so are the rest of the members in, because Super Marco using that Blazing Duet to get the damage in, and that will be enough. RSG goes back, and BREN Esports, without any Retribution contest, might or will be able to take this Lord Ting.
Oh, such a great poke coming out from BREN Esports. They punished RSG when RSG went for Pandora. It's actually a smart move coming out from them, as it was Light who scouted that area. But what they did not account for is the flicker coming out from Pandora. There's a very thick wall covering the Scaled Lizard in that area, and there's just no way for them to chase Pandora afterwards. And Demon Kite had to go through a turret, which you know, put him very, very low, even with the damage coming from Kyle Teasy. So it was a nice call to go for a pickup, but they didn't cover their tracks afterwards. That's why BREN Esports are easy to punish.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, I mean, in terms of, like we said, they have a very tanky lineup, but BREN Esports is handling that really well, especially with just the itemization that they have. I mean, they are, as I would like to say, they have the big dam in their favor, right? And that's what we saw from Kyle TZ too. And if you get caught out alone because of the emblem that he has, it's an extra percentage amount of damage that he's just bursting these members of RSG Philippines down. Now, Lord has to be handled here on the top side. Can BREN Esports get an inhibitor turret down?
Yup, and that is going to be less likely, as they will be able to take that Lord out of consideration. But middle lane turret is actually there right now. Ogwen cut a little bit of position, but they will be able to escape. BREN Esports promoting the discipline that they have been continuously imposing to RSG as of this moment. RSG still safe. All three inhibitor turrets are still at place, but how long will they be able to hold on?
And I have to give it to BREN Esports, a very disciplined take, or Lord push. Have extended their lead to 6K. And what I like about what they did was, after them knowing that they cannot push a turret afterwards, they just went into the jungle of RSG.
Yeah.
So RSG are able to defend the minions, but they have lost so much farm in the jungle, and you can see that Demon Kite is very uncomfortable in this place because he's a Balmond. You need to farm a lot. Look at the burst!
The damage is just absolutely insane. Light taking a breath of it. Next, popping up the immortality. Nope, not just yet. But Kusei from the backside will be able to do something. And Super Marco takes the double kill and finishes that skirmish once and for all. It's just Demon Kite and Aqua. It's the Demon Aqua combo. Will they be able to do something about it? Promoting the knockoff, landing the Cyclone Sweep, and ending the jungler's life. It's Aqua, the only person remaining here. And will we go to game 3 is the question, and it looks like the answer is right there. BREN Esports wants to go things all the way, and we're going to a game number 3.
There we go. Going to game number 3.